God, guys, a little bit early. What time is it? Quarter of? It's 20 of 7, and here's our truck, 6:35. Ain't even unloaded. Jeez. I hate when they do that, but
guys, it's Monday.
Yeah, it's Monday morning. I gotta get some tools out of this mess. Here's the job, guys. It's 24 by 40 little garage. Concrete is a little bit early. Guys, back at it. Got our laser set up. We're going to pour this out. It's 4,000 pound concrete. There's no wire, nothing in it, or no fibers or nothing in it. We got this wire mesh we're gonna be pulling up. We're gonna start pulling in each bay. Start in the back with the wheelbarrows. Start putting it in. It ain't even laid out. Like I said, the truck, they had the directions mixed up. They thought they were had to drive farther, so they were 20 minutes early. Hopefully they send the second truck early so that we don't have a big gap in our trucks here. So I'm gonna start right out. He's setting the laser up over there. I'm just gonna put you guys on a tripod today. Got her in there pretty good, guys. I'm gonna wheel that back part. Hey guys, Bondo here. So I'm going to try to explain to you what happened with this job. Me and the customer got into a big argument, and I almost had to leave the job. I almost left the job. I didn't have to, but I wanted to, just because of what he said to me. Stay tuned. We're going to throw 5 gallons of water on there. It's a pretty tight 5 right now, 4.5 to 5 slump, so we're going to give it a little water. It's Monday morning. Monday morning, we can't be pouring a 4.5 slump. Not today. All right, guys, let's start from the beginning here. I went to look at this job. This job was referred to me from a good friend of mine, and he evidently knew this guy. I don't know how well he knew him, but he knew him, and he was looking for a mason to pour out this garage because I guess they had a guy lined up to do it and he didn't show up, or something happened. The deal fell through and he didn't get his floor poured. So I showed up. I looked at the job. It was a 24 by 40 pole barn, and we pour concrete probably 3-4 times a week, so it wasn't a big deal to us. He asked me how much it was going to cost him. I said $6 a square foot, and you know, he had a lot better price from someone else, and he had to help him, and he was going to buy the concrete and all that. I said, no, we're going to buy the concrete. We're going to put wire mesh. We're going to put poly down. We're going to do a really nice job for you, and it's going to be $6 a square foot. So it was $5,760 basically was what I told him. And I didn't know if he wanted it sealed. I asked him. He said he really didn't want it sealed. But I told him, I said, he had his form board across the, where the doors are, he had his form board out 2 feet past his doors, and he said he wanted to pour an apron there. I said, well, you can't pour an apron through your doorway like that. I said, because we get freeze-thaw cycles, it's going to crack right there, so you got to stop your pour at the door. And then if you ever want an apron, you're going to have to pour it separately. So that was our conversation. And basically I said, well, listen, if you want us to move the board for you, and we'll come over and regrade it because it probably needs to be regraded. I said, I'll do the job for $6,000. We'll move this board here that you got in the wrong spot. We'll regrade, we'll retamp, and the price is going to be $6,000. He said, yep, let's do that. So here we are. We show up to do the job here, you know, that morning that we're pouring right here. And he's got coffee and he's got donuts out for us, and it's like 20 to 7 in the morning. As you can see, it was still dark, and he was being really nice and everything, so I thought everything was going good, and we started pouring this out, and I got a little video clip that you're going to see in a little bit of me and him with our disagreement on what he thought he was going to get. He thought he was going to get more than what we agreed upon.
I guarantee I did, because I said it wrong for the month. I was telling people, nope. It was way cool with those guys later. It was a nice way. I thought that, like, I didn't expect to see that. Dude, if we're doing that 50-something years old, she's still she's saying 10 years. Say what? 10 years. Probably. I do like 3 songs.
Guys, first truck's empty. We got Johnny here, the second truck. He actually owns the company, so that's pretty cool. Sometimes he'll jump right in the truck. Gotta love that. We're gonna see what the second truck looks like here. So back to the story, guys. I forgot to mention, he also had 2 8x8 pads that were formed up in front of. He had 2 sheds, and he had it all dug out, and he had forms up for 2 8x8 pads in front of his sheds. And I said, "What's that over there?" He said, "Well, if you have any extra concrete, can you pour them out?" I said, "Sure. If we got the concrete, we'll pour it out for you." And he said that's how he was going to do it. Just going to order what he had, and if he could get it poured, if it would be good. If he couldn't, no big deal. So that's how that was with the 2 pads. So basically, my deal was I was going to pour it for $6,000, and if we had any extra concrete, we were going to do 1 or 2 or whatever we could do of those 8x8 pads in front of his shed. Definitely nothing mentioned about this apron, because I told him we couldn't pour the apron through the door like that, and we actually moved the form back. We spent probably 3 or 4 hours regrading it on another day, so it was all ready.
Just a band that I don't recognize the name of. You don't know them? They're pretty good. I've heard that name. I don't know. I probably know them. I can remember the RZA, the Dizza, Old Dirty Bastard. Great call for chef.
So I thought the price I gave this guy was real fair, guys. Concrete around us, by the time you pay the taxes and the fees and everything, is pushing $200 a yard. Then you got to put poly down. I like to use wire mesh, so you got to put wire mesh down. We regraded this entire area because it was out of level, which I said I would do. and we retamped it as well. As you can see, guys, we have a 5-man crew, so we spent probably 2 or 3 hours the one day going over here and regrading it, moving the skirt board back to the edge. Probably 4 hours grading, moving the skirt board, putting the poly, retamping, putting the poly down, putting the wire mesh down, and then we came to pour it this day. And we ended up spending 10 hours here this day, 5 guys, and we were at this guy's house for 10 hours that day. So I think we had he had a good deal going for himself. With what I said I would charge him for this job. This was, a good job, and I didn't think it was a bad deal at all, but you'll see what happens and how angry he gets with me over a misunderstanding. I think the pour went pretty typical for us guys. We don't pour really wet concrete. We pour a good 5 slump, usually 5.5. And that's about what this was. We always put wire. You can see we pull the wire mesh up. We like to do a really nice job for our customers. So, this guy was going to get a really nice job. And he had a bunch of work done around his place by other concrete guys. And I don't know the story behind it all, but a lot of the work didn't look good at all, and he wasn't happy with the work that he had gotten from these other guys. So I figured he would be glad when we showed up because I knew we were going to do a really good job. So you can see we're just getting this finished out, screening it off, and what have you. You can see we got, I'm puddling. I got the blue hoodie on there. My son, Big Biscuit, he's in the gray. Dustin, we call him Gopher, he's in the green shirt, and Mike and Chris are pulling the screed stick. Mike's got the dark blue hoodie on with the bandana, and Chris has a blue hoodie on as well. So that's the team. There's 5 of us. I pay my guys pretty good. We work really hard, and we do really, really nice work, and we're highly sought after around these parts. Yeah, we put a little too much in there, guys. We're gonna throw it in the apron up at the top. Got 2 aprons over here we're gonna be pouring, so we're just gonna have to get it out of there.
There's 5 stalls in there. What the hell? I'm like, yeah, it's the men's room. Wait. The troughs on the other side. Wait, those are your urinals? When I told you to piss the troughs, I wasn't joking. That's the dome. The troughs. I guess they never really thought about it.
All right, guys, this is where we're just finishing up. This is about where things start to go bad really quick. We put too much concrete in here. We try not to do that, but we did. So we had about 3 wheelbarrows too much. So Biscuits in there vibrating the edges, as you can see. So we just shoveled the concrete into, we got these Brentwood wheelbarrows, dual wheel wheelbarrows, And we basically just wheeled it over to one of his shed pads, and we were gonna fill in his shed pad here and get that done for him like we said we would. And that's what we're doing here. So basically getting this all taken out of here, 3-4 wheelbarrows, whatever it was. Mike and Chris are screening it off, and then we're just gonna go ahead and try to get his 2 shed pads or whatever we got for concrete left over, because that's what he said. If you had the concrete left, he wanted us to pour them shed pads, and that's what he was gonna do with the first deal that he had. The guy that didn't show up, it was just if they had enough concrete, they were gonna do it. You can see Chris is screening his way out here. Me and Gopher are puddling and just taking that little bit of concrete out. And it looks like Biscuit took it over to the shed pad there. And then Mike's gonna just finish both floating. Here's the shed pad we're gonna pour.
With the extra concrete. What do you got for a shorter stick, Jay? Like a 10 or something? 10, 12?
At this point, really didn't know how much concrete I had left. I was going to try to do, both these pads if I had enough, but we actually ran out of concrete here on this one shed pad. We had just enough concrete to do this, so I thought everything was cool. The pour went really good. We got one of his shed pads poured, and that's when he came up to me shortly after I get this screeded off and magged off. He said, well, what about my other pad? I said, what do you mean? I thought that was just in case we had extra concrete, we were going to do that. And if we didn't, it wasn't going to have to happen. He goes, that's not our agreement. And he said, furthermore, what about my apron on the front of my garage? I said, what apron? So I could tell he was really ticked off. He evidently thought he was going to get both these 8x8 pads, and he was going to get an apron on the front of his garage, all for $6 a square foot, and all that was going to be free, is what he ended up thinking. So I could tell he was really mad, and I just said, you know what, we'll do it. I said, we'll pour out your other pad and we'll do the apron. And he, right after I said that, I figured that would ease the tension. Yet he stormed away all wicked pissed off and went into the house, and then he got in his car and he left. Well, I had some running around to do, and the boys were just going to wait on the concrete to dry. So I had to go to Lowe's. I went to Lowe's, got some things, and I was headed back, and I had to stop at a friend's house, and I got a text from this homeowner, and I'm going to read it right off my phone. He said, how long before you're back? And I said, a half hour-ish. He said, my wife wants it power trowel, garage. Forget about skirt in front of garage and other shed. She just wants you gone. Tell me what we owe you. So this really ticked me off. So I came back in a real hurry after that. It wasn't no half hour. I came right back, and I pretty much was figuring on just packing up my stuff and leaving if he said the wrong thing to me, because I didn't even care about his floor at this point. This guy was really being unreasonable. Here I said I was going to do all this free work for him, and he's still mad at me. I don't know why he's mad at me at this point. He's getting, almost $1,500 worth of concrete poured and finished for free. If you figure $6 a square foot, I got 2 8x8 pads, and then the apron ended up being 3x40. So you do the math at $6 a square foot. Basically, I got $1,500 worth of work for free. And I made his apron 3 feet instead of 2 because I didn't really like a 2-foot apron. Like he had it formed out at 2 feet when we started. I changed it to 3.
Right up the middle, Johnny.
car on fire and get my truck in there.
That was your exact
About
word.
this, dude.
So,
You can do it.
There's no reason to get upset about it. I mean, when you walked away, when
You got it.
walked away from me, I said I would do it. So why are you upset? I said I would do it.
I'm upset because of the
I'm
conversation.
not trying to it's just a misunderstanding.
You're right, not mine. We'll get it fixed.
It's
Right.
my end.
So we'll get it fixed.
But when you walked away from me, I said I would do it.
I know
So
you
that's, there's no reason to get upset. I mean, really? If I
Beautiful,
said,
Chris.
I'm not going to do it, absolutely, you got a reason to be upset. But if you're that upset, we can leave now. I mean, I don't want to. I want to finish your job and give you a nice job, but if that's not going to be good enough, I'll pay a couple hours. It's up to you.
I got a knot.
That was a misunderstanding. First of all, if we'd have done it like you had, it would have been a fail right there. We would have sacrificed to do it. Then we would have been upset. So we were going to do it right. I don't think I told you we were going to pour that, but if I did, I did. You misunderstood. Whether I said it or not, that I think
Because I
maybe.
said, is it gonna be dry enough? Yeah, you said exactly that form right there would be taken off, would be put
Okay.
back here, then it would be poured.
Okay, so we're going to do this. Are you good with that? Do you want us to stay and finish this, or do you want me to touch my shit and leave? That's about where I'm at.
Why would, I don't wanna pour.
Okay,
That's
all
not
right. Well, I want to give you what, so that you're happy. But please don't get upset and yell at me. When I tell you I'm going to do what you want me to do.
That looks nice.
I'm not,
Okay. All right.
I was trying to prove
Is that upsets me. If you walk away from me,
I could not hold the
room.
room. Just one of those. Mine is like, I had to do this like baseball thing in that little corner there. Yeah. Fucking I get it. And I was like, the slop just fell all over it. His room was, like, it looked nicer, so then I pushed it. So I pushed it and left it. And I picked the broom up like this and I slapped back. Okay, now half a 5-gallon bucket of slop came off the broom and landed on the shit. I finally got to. I was standing there. I was just watching you. I'm just kind of like.
All right, guys, we're digging out the front apron here. Evidently had a misunderstanding with the customer. He wants an apron on here. He thought it was included. It wasn't, but he had it formed out 2 feet past when we started here. But I told him he can't do that. He assumed that we were gonna pour that. I don't know. It was just a misunderstanding. So he got a little PO'd at us, and I almost left. But we're gonna stay and finish it up. Biscuit's edging. Chris is breaking the floor. Mike and Dustin are hitting the edges with the sliders. Me and Biscuit just dug this out. We're just going to move this board out to here later on today and pour this and pour that other one right there. I don't know why he got so upset, because I told him we would do it. Then he got real upset, so I said, well, we can leave, because they said they wanted us gone. I go, well, we can leave right now. Don't really want to do that, but we almost did. It was funny, they had coffee and donuts out right about there for us. They picked up all that and got rid of it because they were mad at us. So, never a dull moment here. Then we snuck this job in for him because the last guy that they hired backed out evidently on him. So we snuck it in this week, trying to get it done for him. Alright guys, we got our apron all ready to go. Boys are inside just finishing up the edges. Mike's in there sliding around on his edges. This side looks pretty good. That side's a little bit behind. That second truck's a little bit behind. We did go ahead and order 3 yards of concrete to do that pad and their apron here. Trying to make the homeowner not so angry at me, I guess. That's what we're gonna do. So the plant's bringing us, it's like 2 o'clock. It's not even 2 o'clock, but the plant's gonna bring us 3 yards, so we can knock this out. This is gonna be full air entrainment on this one, 4,000. And that's what we're doing. Should be here any minute. We'll get this knocked out. And hopefully everybody will be happy for the day on a Monday. That's what we're hoping. Sounds an awful lot like concrete truck coming down. Oh, look at that. Service with a smile right there. Here comes the mud. Slithering in to get our last 3 yards. I better grab my boots. I'm not even ready. I'm gonna grab my boots. I'm not coming home. It's funny.
Hi guys, how you doing? We're still here. We made poor choices.
Welcome back. That's funny shit. Go for the legend.
I was funny in high school, so now I'm here. Sandy gravel. That item 4.
So as you can see, guys, I made his apron not 2 but 3 feet, and I didn't charge him anything. And I don't know, he seemed like he was better, but they had some coffee and donuts out there for us in the morning. And after we had after he stormed away from me, his wife came out and took away all the coffee and donuts and put it away. And I just thought that was pretty childish. But yeah, that's how that went down. But anyways, we got this, we tried to salvage this deal with this guy. And he did pay me. He paid me at the end of the day. He gave me the $6,000. He didn't offer to give me anything more for the extra work or anything, which kind of didn't expect him to. But one thing that really irked me, and I didn't find out till the next day, because had I known this, I probably would have just left the job anyways, and he'd have had just a mess of a floor because I just would have left. He actually went up to my guys and was trying to hire them to do more concrete work without me involved. And this was before we even started this pour. He asked my guys if they work cheaper on their own without working for Ron. They go, if we can, if they wanted to come do more concrete work and do it cheaper if I wasn't involved. And like I said, I didn't find this out until the next day. I guess he came right up to Mike in the morning and said something, and then he said something to Chris later on too, and he said something to my son Jason. So, believe that or not.
Yeah, we're gonna get this big one done now. Gonna get the big one done.
So here we are pouring out the last 8x8 little pad for his shed, guys. And let me know what you think of the story. I thought it was pretty crazy. He might have got me for $1,500 or whatever it is, but I'll never work for this guy again. So, and we're the best concrete company around here. So, good luck finding somebody that'll work for him, and then, maybe somebody will see this video. If he asks them to work for him, they'll think about it, because I definitely won't. We don't have to work for anybody we don't want to. We have too much work as it is, so we work for who we want. And if it's not a good match, it's not a good fit, I just won't work for them again. And this is definitely not somebody I want to work with that's going to go to my guys and try to proposition them to do work without being with the company. So that's just a really crappy thing to do. But let me know what you think in the comments, guys.
Oh, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Yeah. How do we do it?
It's not far behind.
Getting close.
One more time. Nice short handle. The baby one. Yeah, sure, do they?
No, that Circle T don't. Putting the broom on her. Everybody's gonna want one, Chris. Everybody's gonna want one. Mike's over here on the knee boards. He's edging between the two, between the pad and the apron. How is it, Mike?
Nice.
That looks good. Looks so much nicer. Just getting that clean edge in there. Somebody will appreciate it, you know?
Someone, hopefully.
Killing it.
Hurry up.
Got a little boogery in it. Oh, darn it. Clean time. I'm gonna pull the machine out.
Biscuit likes to take his shoes off to deadlift.
Oh yeah.
Makes your feet stronger.
Oh, he's gonna slide them right on. Look at that. Oh, that guy's good.
You got a lot of finesse to you, kid. Good old working cops.
Safety code cry.
Look at that beautiful finish, guys. Show you what the apron turned out like. I just broomed the apron. That's what the apron looks like. We're gonna come back tomorrow and saw cut it. But that's what she looks like. Come out real nice. Got two aprons here. There we go. that's that.